Welcome to the March for America. This is your host, Carlos Tercios, and today we have an important topic to be talking about, but it's also a very interesting topic, and that is basically Columbia University is hosting 6 separate graduation ceremonies based on income level, race, and ethnicities. So basically, they're making, segregation legal for graduation, and this is what the Fox News reported. Columbia University is planning to hold 6 additional graduation ceremonies for students according to their race and other aspects of how they identify. The New York School's website details graduation ceremonies for Native, Asian, Latinx, and Black students taking place for Columbia College, Columbia Engineering, General Studies, and Barnard College at the end of April. Another dubbed FLI graduation is for first generation and low-income community. The school also hosts a lavender graduation for the LGBTQ community. So basically, they're making graduations for anyone who has a particular skin color, ethnicity, sexual orientation, all of that. And what's really interesting is the fact that Columbia is also doing. Harvard did it a couple years ago. They did one just for black students, but they're going full blown woke. They're basically saying, well, we gotta have graduation for just gay people, for just blacks, for just whites and all of that. And I thought segregation was illegal. I thought liberals in general, the left in general, I thought they were advocates against, intolerance and separation, because they always preach inclusiveness. They always preach diversity, which is fine. That is good, and everyone should be supporting diversity. Everyone should be supporting. Doesn't matter what your color is. What matters is your skills. What matters is your character. That's what Martin Luther King literally preached in the 1960s. And at the end of the day, we're all Americans. But instead of doing that, these universities truly believe that if they don't go full woke, if they don't go, with this critical race theory stuff as well, and basically make one just for blacks, for gays, or just other groups in general, and separate the graduation, when at the end of the day, if the student is gay, if the student is black, if the student is Asian, they attend the same class, they go to college together, they're in the same class, and they take the same classes and all of that. Why are you going to separate it because of your skin color, sexual orientation? Why do you need to do that? And that does not make any sense. Actually, that's a regression of progress in general. And I know the woke left, Harvard, Columbia, Ivy League schools are an embarrassment now. Ivy League schools 50 years ago, 60 years ago, they were nothing like this. Academia was respected there. It was a respected institution. Now they've become laughing stocks. Harvard, you have Cornell, you have Columbia, you have all of those schools that are just going full-blown woke. They're spending millions of dollars on critical race theory, on white privilege classes, all of that, nonsense. And now they're also, and Columbia is going, I guess they're competing. I guess that's what they're doing. Harvard had one a couple of years ago, and I guess Columbia said, you know what, I gotta beat Harvard. I gotta make sure we go even beyond that. We're gonna include every category. Now my question is, which other university is gonna try to compete with Columbia? Is it going to be Cornell? What next are they going to say? They're gonna say, we're gonna have different graduation sites or events for anyone who makes below $25,000. Oh, you go here. Anyone below $35,000? Oh, you go here. Based on your identity. If that's the case, you're gonna have to do like 250 graduations. What is that? That doesn't make any sense. But they're literally doing 6 separate graduation ceremonies. Columbia, it is really, really interesting how diverse in ideas these universities are. I mean, what else can they do? And they also tweeted this. The Columbia also tweeted this. Reports today and previous tweets misrepresent our multicultural graduating ceremonies, which exist in addition to, not instead, university-wide commencement and individual school class days. And I also tweeted this. These events are important, intimate, and welcoming spaces for students aligned with these groups to come together to celebrate their achievements if they wish. This is literally the same thing that white supremacists preached 60 years ago. Oh, separate but equal. I mean, the white supremacists, they would say, oh, well, we gotta be separate. Blacks, they go to this school, whites, they go to this school. And then that's the reason we had the Civil Rights Movement, because America woke up and America realized this is wrong. We're all Americans, and everyone deserves, equal access to opportunities, to the resources, to good education. But instead, we are now seeing the left, the very people that say, oh, we're the champions of civil rights, we're the champions of equality, and they're basically reversing back. They're basically saying, oh, well, if you're black, you have to be with black people. If you're white, you have to be with white people. I mean, this is authoritarian mentality that we're basically feeding, that we're basically implementing in our culture. It is unhealthy, it is going to be counterproductive, and it's actually going to lead to more tensions in our communities, because all we are going to be thinking about is, what is your sexual orientation? What is your skin color? We're literally indoctrinating our kids to believe that race is everything in life, when it comes to income, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to your friends, when it comes to how you interact with people in society. I mean, eventually this is going to culminate into something bad in our society. I mean, this unhealthy. I mean, I wonder what Martin Luther King would be saying right now. I mean, I bet you some civil rights people are like, well, I guess our progress is going to go backwards. I mean, this is backwards mentality, what they're doing. But that is Colombia. That is woke culture, PC culture. The left is going full blown woke. And my main question is, what's going to be next? Because they're just getting creative with this nonsense.